still got a lot of news floating around there. Free agency is about to kick off. But Udonis Haslem has become a analyst recently, finally retired, played for the Miami Heat for like 50 years. And look, growing up, I always thought Kevin Garnett was a great player, but I was never a KG guy. I always thought he was like a fake tough guy. And I thought it was just me who thought that. Never seen him fight anybody, never seen him swing on anybody. I've seen him get swung on, you know what I mean? I've seen him bark at people. He's notorious for saying a lot of crazy stuff. You can just go look up the stuff that he said to Melo and so many other players throughout his career. But he was always a fake tough guy, in my opinion. But apparently other people see the same, because Udonis Haslem is now unloading his clip out here. He's on ESPN. He was on Stephen A. Smith's show. And he was talking about having to pop the trunk if they was out here in these streets playing ball, because KG was saying some wild, fake, tough guy stuff. And I'm like, wow, so apparently this was the get-go. Look, this is check out Udonis Haslem's response to KG.
Listen, I might act like I don't hear people, but I listen. As I get to this side of things, certain things I got to leave behind. You know what I mean? And it might be time just to leave that grudge and that beef behind. You know what I mean? I was in the Boston Garden the other day while Boston Celtics won a championship, and I ain't throw up. So I'm maturing and I'm growing in full time right in front of everybody's face. So, that might be a conversation for a day that, maybe me and KG sit down over a cup of coffee and we hash that out. We got to see.
But what's the beef? I understand a rivalry, y'all competing against one another, but now that y'all don't play anymore, there should be no beef. It was just war when y'all were going against each other, right?
As Stephen A. Smith, man, I'm from a place where the things you say out your mouth, you got to be held accountable. And we all know KG say some crazy shit out his mouth sometimes.
The crazy
stuff. For me, I was waiting for retirement to kind of hold his ass accountable.
So let me ask you, what's the craziest thing he said? What's the craziest thing Kevin Garnett said?
The thing is, none of it was ever said to me. It was always said to my teammates and guys around me. But being an enforcer, I was the guy that always wanted to step up and protect my teammates and made sure that, hey, if you want to bring that shit to anybody, bring it here.
Right. Now, KG, Kendrick Perkins was guilty of that to some degree. All of those guys with the Boston Celtics was guilty of that stuff. The things that they used to say to opponents back in the day, that was real. JJ Redick had a problem with the things they said to him.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. Like I said, if we would have been at the park, I'd have to pop the trunk. They talk crazy. They talk crazy, man. And I understand it's in the context of the game of basketball, man. But I was always taught as a man from my father, don't tolerate no disrespect on no levels from nobody.
Got you. Before I let you get on.
But yeah, great basketball player. Definitely. The big ticket and all that stuff. But yeah, fakest tough guy there ever was. Always the barking, the constant ridicule, that he just likes to be loud. Sometimes I check out the show with him and Paul Pierce. I've seen clips and stuff. He thinks if he just talks louder than everybody and asserts his dominance, which is all about his insecurities, that's how he likes to, move. It's annoying to me. It's you don't have to do all of that, man. You built like a praying mantis. You know what I mean? You're lurching the flesh. Nobody's buying it, but that was who he did. But it didn't work against some of his best. I remember when they couldn't get out the Western Conference in his Timberwolves days. All that barking, that wasn't going to help beat Tim Duncan. That wasn't going to help you beat Kobe or Dirk Nowitzki. That wasn't going to help you. But Udonis Haslem, he still is in that Miami Heat culture, obviously. And, he talks about the Celtics rivalry. He's talking about the Heat could go back to the finals. I'm like, you talking a little crazy now. But, yeah, man. About time somebody talked about KG, because the KG act all these years was definitely flawed. Never bust a grape in a fruit fight. I never saw it. Anybody got any clips you could show me of KG actually getting busy out here with the hands? I'd like to see it, because I never saw KG do anything. Usually if you're an enforcer, you got to show, like Charles Oakley was tough. For example, Spreewell was the real heart and soul of some of those Timberwolves teams. He was the tough guy. Tony Allen with Memphis for years. You didn't want to go in a dark alley with Tony Allen. You know what I mean? Some of these guys were menace. Real enforcers, you see them get physical. That was never the case with KG. He would talk loud, flop, or do something silly. It's nah, man, that was a flaw in his game. But I never bought it. Great trash talker in a Reggie Miller sense. But no, he wasn't. Rodman was tougher than KG. There was nothing tough about Kevin Garnett. But let me know what y'all think. Some of y'all probably love KG. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about Udonis Haslem saying he would have popped the trunk on KG.